This video is going to improve your sleep tonight. Yes, tonight. So you can enhance your gains over the next few months. Which is insane. You're able to have a little mini transformation over the next 5 to 6 months because of sleep tactics that you can improve by tonight. It's 9:45 right now and in the UK. And if you're watching this around the same time, I guarantee if you take this advice, implement it, write it down, make sure you follow the advice through the rest of the day, I guarantee by tonight, your sleep will improve for the better. And from tonight, you can start making that transformation as long as you take the right action and use this advice well. We understand that gains happen when you recover, right? We understand that when you rest and recover, that's when the muscle's built and that's when, new muscle is put on. And yeah, you still take it for granted. You're all well and good optimizing your exercises in the gym. You're all well and good training till failure, training really hard. To be fair, some of you probably don't even fucking do that. You're all well and good doing that, but then you'll neglect the part where your muscles actually built. You neglect this area of life where all you know is, I should get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's when you know you neglect it. And I feel like when I say this to you, the way you feel internally will tell you if you neglect it or not. If you're there, you got this almost shaky feeling and a hit you in the chest of being I do take it for granted and I probably shouldn't. You do, right? And today we're gonna fix that. You're gonna understand that you do take it for granted, and we're gonna tell you the tactics and the things that I implement, that I use literally to get me the best physique that I've ever had. So let's get into it. Chapter 1, don't obsess over it. A little precursor before we get into the actual advice. If you're the type of person that is neurotically overthinking, anxious about a lot of things, then maybe over-optimizing your sleep may actually be a negative. Now this may confuse you, you're literally making a video on how to optimize your sleep, how can it be a bad thing? It all depends on the type of person you are. If you're the type of person that overthinks neurotically, worries about a lot of things, let's say if you've got an Oura Ring, or even if you are a YouTuber and you obsess over the analytics or obsess over the analytics on the Oura Ring, that's gonna increase your cortisol, increase your anxiousness and stress, which is all in return gonna reduce your ability to sleep well, right? Makes sense. So it's counterintuitive having these things that optimize your sleep when it causes a lot of stress and anxiety in your life that then ruins your sleep as a result. So it doesn't matter how optimal your bedroom temperature is when you're anxiousness all the time about how well you're sleeping, right? So if you're the type of person that is overthinking anxiousness, then maybe don't watch the rest of this video. And a good way to tell if you're this type of person, it's like when you're in the gym, you've heard about optimizing the gym, etc. Do you, in the shower or when you're about to go to sleep, is a big one, when you're about to go to sleep, do you think, oh shit, I probably should have optimized that exercise today? And you say it not in a positive way, but in a negative, oh fuck, I should have done that. So do you sit there as you're about to go to sleep and go, oh, that single arm lat pull down, I could have gone 1 extra rep in there, I left it 1 rep in reserve too many? Do you sit there like that and you neurotically overthink about it? Or you just kind of like the guy of I train hard today, oh, I probably could have got more, but I'll get it next time, and then you move on from the thought? Or do you hang on to the thought and let it loom in your mind for ages and ages? Because most likely, if you're that type of person that lets it over replay in their mind, when it comes to the gym, then you're probably gonna do the same when it comes to sleep as well. So maybe don't even watch the rest of this video if you're that severe about overthinking when it comes to optimize your sleep. If you think you have good sleep right now and you're obsessive about things, then maybe just charge it, honestly, genuinely. That's good advice as well when a YouTuber is telling you to stop watching their fucking video. Chapter 2, time. This is the most thing that people get wrong. People just get this wrong. People think, when I ask someone, I imagine walking through the street being like, how much sleep should you have every single night? What's the answer do you think you'll get? 7 to 8 hours? 6 to 8 hours, right? Which, a pure sleep is kind of right. However, the crucial mistake with this is that people don't understand the amount of sleep that you get doesn't equal the amount of time in bed. People think as soon as they lie in bed, that's when sleep starts, as if they literally switch off like a light switch. When in case it's not, it's like a gradual process. So people think, all right, I'll get in bed for 9, then that means I can get up at 6. No, it doesn't. Because it takes you half an hour, 45 minutes to fall asleep because your habits aren't that good. And then you might wake up a bit earlier. You may wake up in the middle of the night because your habits aren't that good. So increasing the amount of time that you're actually in bed for to maybe even 9 to 10 hours, right, is gonna optimize your sleep, because then you've got enough time to fall asleep, get into deep REM sleep, and then wake up healthier as well. So 9 to 10 hours in bed. So that means that I would get into bed, maybe I wouldn't fall asleep straight away. I'd try and fall asleep, I'd read, for example, or whatever. 9 to 10 hours in the bed is gonna allow me to have that 8 hours to 9 hours of pure sleep. So we understand that 9 to 10 hours in bed, how long to sleep isn't obviously how much time you have in bed. We understand that now, right? But there's something that is more important than that, more important than how much you sleep, that directly impacts your quality of sleep. The most important thing when it comes to your quality of sleep is literally when and what time you fall asleep and wake up. If you can get this as consistent as possible, I guarantee you're gonna have the best sleep of your life. This is more important than how long you go to sleep for. This is more important than the night routine, which we'll go into. This is more important than the bed sheets you use. This is more important than the temperature of your room. This is more important than any of those things. The most important thing when it comes to quality of sleep is what time you go to sleep and wake up. If you can get it as narrow as possible, as similar every single day as possible, the better your sleep is gonna be. They say around a 15-minute window each side of the specific time that you go to sleep. If you fall asleep within that range every single night, you'll have the best sleep you can imagine. And anything outside that, that's when your sleep starts to deteriorate. So let's imagine you go to sleep at 10 p.m. I want you to go to sleep no earlier than 9:45 at night, and I want you to fall asleep no later than 11:15 at night. Which you think is insane. You think you're being consistent with your sleep, and sometimes you go to sleep at 10, sometimes you go to sleep at 11, sometimes you go to sleep at 12. I'm saying a 15-minute window either side. That's what's gonna optimize your sleep, and it depends how serious you are. And the one way that helped me actually lock in and get in this window consistently, literally for days and days and days on end, was a night routine. I felt like getting into a night routine at a specific time led me into feeling sleepy and feeling drowsy at the right time, so I can go to sleep within this window every single time. So chapter 3, the night routine. I start my night routine maybe 45 minutes before I go to sleep, just because the time that it takes me to do each one of these things in my night routine then leads me to be in bed and tired at the time that I should be, so I can sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every single day. So we understand that decreasing your internal body temperature is what allows you to go to sleep. When your body decreases in temperature by 1 or 2 degrees, that's how you fall asleep. That's why when it's really hot, you struggle to fall asleep, because your body finds it really difficult to then struggle to drop that 1 or 2 degrees in temperature. So the way that I start this by decreasing my body temp is I have a hot shower. Now you may think that's fucking counterintuitive. If you just said if you're too hot, you're not gonna be able to drop degrees. But having a hot shower around 40 minutes before sleep actually then allows my body to drop in internal body temperature to obviously maintain homeostasis. Basically what that means is your body wants to stay around the same internal temperature. So when the environment gets hotter, your internal body actually becomes colder to counteract that, right? That's why you sweat, because your body wants to expel heat from inside of it when you get too hot. So your body's actually trying to get colder internally by expelling sweat and whatever when you get warm, so that you can maintain homeostasis, the same internal body temperature. So I have a hot shower to reduce my body temperature. Then I'll come out my hot shower. I've probably got about 30 minutes, 25 minutes left in my night routine. I'll get obviously into my clothes to go to sleep in or whatever. I'll set up my room So I make sure that I want a cold room to maintain cold body temperature so that when I wake up, I'm able to increase in 1 or 2 degrees again because I've got a cold room. My cold room allows my body to then heat up internally to maintain homeostasis so I can wake up healthily and maintain that cold room. So what I do is I open my window, so I let a draft in to keep the air in, and that's about it. I just do what's in my control. I turn my radiator all the way off and I allow the draft in. That's what I do to keep my room as cold as possible. And then I'll obviously have no electronics during this entire night routine, just because artificial light can then affect your circadian rhythm and the how sleepy your body feels, and if your body feels like it should be asleep or not. When you allow light into your eyes, it actually signals that you are awake. Obviously, in simple terms, it signals that your body's awake, and that way you won't fall asleep. That's why when you wake up and get morning sunlight in the morning, it means that it consolidates your body that you woke up at that time. So whatever time you get morning sunlight, the body thinks it's woken up around 5 minutes earlier than, because usually we literally wake up into the sun and we'd already be getting sunlight. And that's how it sets your circadian rhythm correctly. So reducing artificial light at night so you can actually fall asleep, and obviously getting the correct sunlight in the morning to reset your circadian rhythm is going to be extremely important for the consistency of when you not only go to sleep but when you wake up as well. So that's something that I typically do not only in my night routine but in my morning routine as well, that helps me sleep. And then the final thing is I have like a really dim light on. So like obviously we said no artificial light, but I have a really dim light on over here that's far away. It doesn't really affect my like light under my eyes or whatever because it's far away and it's dim. And I just read until I sleep, and that puts me in a position where I'm really, really relaxed. I'm already in bed, so I'm getting my time in bed as well. I'm laying in bed, getting comfy and whatever. This is about 20 minutes before I fall asleep. And I'll just read, and I'll read and read and read until my eyes get drowsy. And typically, because of this night routine and because I've had light cut off in the day at a certain time, started having sunlight as early as possible in the morning, when I wake up, I begin to get drowsy every single time within the window of my like 15-minute window that we talked about. I'm always drowsy within that window, and then I go to sleep consistently every single night, so I improve my sleep. Now, waking up, just a little precursor before we end the video, waking up is kind of out of your control if you don't have an alarm or anything, whatever. Waking up is kind of out of your control, so I would not obsess over waking up at the same time every single day. Just wake up whenever you wake up. Your body obviously needs that sleep. Wake up whenever you wake up, get your sunlight as early as possible, and just charge it. Genuinely, because you can't really control what time you wake up unless you have a physical alarm, which I do just for my like schedule, but it's actually healthier not to. So if you don't have an alarm, that's completely okay. Just get sunlight as quick as possible and then move on with the rest of your day. And that's it. That's all the tips that I have for you to improve your sleep. Notice how we didn't go into any analytics of like, you should get this many hours of REM sleep, that many hours, because I don't want you to overcomplicate it. If you just follow the simple habits and kind of like almost think about it and detach it away from sleep, just as like, oh, this is a healthy habit that I should be doing, rather than, oh, I'm optimizing my sleep, that can have you a lot healthier of a relationship between optimizing your sleep and not overthinking about it, and that way you don't get the anxiousness that comes with the optimization. So if you detach away from it and be like, yeah, it's just a healthy practice, I just do it. I have a shower about 40 minutes before I go to sleep because it's healthy. I read just because it relaxes my mind, and you don't associate it with optimizing my sleep, and I guarantee that the anxiousness won't come with it, and you'll have even better sleep because of that, because you're not anxious and overthinking about it. So that's all the advice that I have on sleep to enhance your gains. I hope this helps. We have more advice like this in my community, first link in the description, where we help you build a top 1% physique in your age category. It's literally half the price of Ultimate Edition on FIFA, bro, you know? And it's gonna transform your physique, I truly believe it. It's one of the greatest products that I've ever made. And you're gonna find like-minded people that are in there that are also signed up, that you can maybe live nearby and go for a training workout with and make new friends as well. I think it's a fucking awesome product, and it will change your life if you join. The second link in the description is my personal Instagram. If you feel like I've missed any advice in here, or you've still got a question, or you've just got a question to ask me about fitness in general, message me on Instagram like, yo bro, like I've got this question to ask, whatever. I guarantee I'll reply. More than happy to. I love helping boys on this journey, and I can't wait for you to make the progress that you really, really want to make from improving your sleep today. With that being said, bro, enjoy your session and I'll see you soon.